Candace Owens spoke on JoJo Sasalaba whatever. First, and a bunch of little girls like had a little cousin walking around with a book bag to sell her name. I was like, JoJo, like the R&B singer? I was like, nah. Dancing with the colorful stuff. All the colorful stuff going on. But Candace has an opinion on him. I don't know much about him. I am interested in hearing what she has to say because I know they came out and was like extra woke recently. It was like, I just want to tell people how much things happen within my bedroom. And I'm like, you know your fan base is straight, like just children, right? Kids love you. And you're making your alphabet stuff that you do in your own time, which I don't care about. I don't care if you're an adult, right? Like do whatever you feel as long as it's not harming anyone. But I don't think you should be pushing it on children. But I haven't really looked into her that much. Let's see what Candace has to say.
Sort of blooms into a community, and within the community, there's no longer a movement and there's no longer any authenticity. There's just people that are seeking any identity, people that are lost, who want to be seen, who thinks if they gravitate toward this quote unquote community, then suddenly they're a part of something bigger than themselves, right?
Oh, damn.
And that is...
Oh, she cooking. She cooking. I didn't know she was going to cook out the gate like that. She's cooking.
Is what I think is the best description for what we're seeing today, which is a social contagion factor as it pertains to the LGBTQIA plus tons of other letters community. That this is obviously, you can't be a non-binary fish, but you can be somebody who's desperate for attention. And I gave this analysis to several people that we see in the public that are so obviously lost. Demi Lovato.
Wait, we're not going to just skip over. You can't be a non-binary fish, but you can be someone who's desperate for attention. Big facts. Hold up. What's going on? She came in the mood today. Like, yo, I'm cooking out the gate. I'm not playing. I came for the smoke. That's what type of time she's here for.
Incredibly talented young girl. So lost. Think she's like an alien, a ghost, a spaceship one day. Who knows? And I also said this a couple of weeks ago when talking about JoJo Siwa, who I said is a remarkably talented girl. I watched her on Dance Moms. I thought I was very kind.
I can't get down with Dance Moms. I can never get down with any of the kid dancing shows. I just feel like it's too provocative, right? Some of the dances they have these little girls doing is ridiculous. I mean, my mom was watching stuff like that, right? She watches all those like, what station did that come on? Whatever network. Like she watched everything that came on that joint, right? And I'm like, what the heck is happening right Yo, yeah, she's like, oh, no, they doing a routine. I'm like, this is the craziest routine. I don't like the outfits, right? Like, it's kind of like beauty pageants for children, right? I would feel uncomfortable doing that if I had a kid, allowing them to partake. I just like, it's too much going on for children, right? What happened to like the like just regular PG type of dancing? What happened to the twist? Remember that? Remember when you hit him with a little twist? Hit him a little I'm talking like I'm like 80 years old. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't alive when the twist came out. I wasn't alive when they was doing the Batman. For real. Running Man, I think that's my speed. I was running man like a running man when I was a kid.
Kind as Candace Owens can be in discussing her and how difficult it is being a child star and constantly having cameras in your face. I think JoJo Siwa was not able to develop mentally as a normal person would, right? And, constantly being told by her parents to pursue the spotlight. And what that spiraled into was first and foremost her creating kids content on YouTube, great. But then as she's growing up and going through that awkward phase that a lot of people go through, she's seeking to figure out who she is, right?
Which, yeah, that's normal of doing that. But when you, I guess, have a certain level of notoriety, it can become even more difficult.
But because she's in the spotlight, she just jumps and says she's a lesbian. I don't buy that JoJo Siwa is a lesbian because her coming out video was just strange. You don't just say I'm a lesbian because I didn't want to have sex with one guy on a date and I saw Jenna doing dancing.
That's what she. Oh snap! That was the video. Why did she need a video to do that though? Why did that need to be like a big reveal? Like surprise, like girls. Am I going to come out and be like, surprise, I like girls? Like, first of all, it's nobody's business whatever I like. Second, why is that even a big deal? Why make like a big thing out of that per se, right? And I'm talking about for the person presenting it. Why is that like a big deal? I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. If you're from that community, maybe you can tell me. Right? Why is like bigger? I'm willing to listen.
And B, because it's taken over every layer of her life. It's like she just needs to talk about being lesbian. And I think what's happening is that she got such positive, immediate feedback from the quote unquote community that she now feels like she has to burrow herself further and further.
Like it's part of her identity. Like it's all she has type stuff. Yeah. Candace is right. She's on point.
Into this. So I said this respectfully, JoJo. I'm not buying it. I know people that are lesbians. It's not an act, you know, it's not like every time you see me, I have to talk about being a lesbian. It's like, I just happen to be black, you know, it's not like every time you see me, I'm like,
pro-black, right? Every time you see her, you gotta be like, I'm black, blackity, black. I'm pro-black. Yeah. Yes, this is equivalent. What JoJo is doing is equivalent to someone who's black that happens to walk around with a dashiki on with some bean pies. And he over here talking about my brother. You don't know how black I am. He got like an African piece. Like, remember that dude that was beefing with Just Pearly Things? He got like an African piece on. I'm like, come on. That's a coincidence. You sitting there with an African chain, with a turtleneck looking like you about to be down with GMB in New Jack City. And you sitting here saying these things, calling Pearly a racist. Real coincidental. But yes, that will be equivalent. Like when you just pushing your blackness in people's faces, like you trying to make a point. Like, I'm black. We know. We got eyes.
The clip of our podcast circulating on Twitter, and the caption of that podcast clip was, "Is JoJo Siwa lying about being a lesbian for attention?" She responded to it and she said, "I haven't watched this video yet, but if it has anything to do with your caption, respectfully, back the F off."
JoJo ain't a little girl no more, huh? We get no more kid gloves. Get her. Candace, get her. No more kid gloves. This how she talking? She didn't even... Fam, and this tells you the woke agenda. The first statement was, I didn't even watch the video. Her first statement was, I didn't even watch the video. I haven't watched the video yet. Loser. Like, fam, no one in her circle is going to tell her to maybe, I don't know, watch the video before she gives a full opinion on it.
You said, respectfully, no. You are obviously a cultural figure. You have tons of little girls that follow you. I am going to respond to what you are teaching them, which is that if you purport to be a part of the LGBTQIA community, you're going to be super happy and everyone's going to love you and you're going to get awards. And so she then decided to create a video response to me. Here is that video response. Take a listen.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't believe JoJo Siwa is a lesbian, by the way. I want to state that very clearly. I do believe that she's desperate for attention, and you're not going to believe what she's doing now.
YouTube and pop star JoJo Siwa